Boom! Alright. Let's go, Bourbon Quest. It's your host, Bourbon Steve. Welcome here tonight. So, what do we have on store? Well, if you tuned in a couple of days ago, we did a blind flight of the Ezra Brooks, kind of their signature core lineup. The 80 proof blended whiskey, white label, 90 proof Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, along with the newest Ezra Brooks 99, which, to be honest, was not a fan really of any of them. Willing to give the Ezra Brooks 99 another chance. It wasn't horrible. The other two were freaking horrible, but wanted to follow that up with a little bit of, I guess you would say, a little bit more of their premium line of Ezra Brooks. God, let's hope so, because the core lineup was not good. But hey, I hope y'all have had a good week. It's been an exciting week. It's been a long week, an exhausting week. I worked like a 14-hour shift last night, but at the bar it was good. Another long day today. So I've been putting off, I meant to follow this up like the very next day, and just was so exhausted, couldn't get to it. I even thought about putting it off again tonight, but you know, after an old fashioned or two, I decided, let's don't put off the inevitable. Let's get right to it. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to explore Ezra Brooks' a little bit more premium lineup, I guess you would call. We'll see if that's the case or not, but anyways, thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Bourbon Quest. All of you that have subscribed, thank you. Subscriptions are on the way up. We've still got 125 to go to get to our goal, our next goal of 500. At that point, we'll get a cat as a mascot here on Bourbon Quest. So tell your friends, tell your in-laws, your outlaws, your enemies, your friends to subscribe to Bourbon Quest. I do want to give a shout out to a group of guys I met the other night at the bar called the Chattanooga Cheetah Boys. They gave me a like on Instagram. I don't know if they did yet on YouTube. But anyways, follow those guys. They were a lot of fun. It was nice to meet them the other night. Chattanooga Cheetah Boys. Check them out on Instagram. But anyways, let's get into the Ezra Brooks flight here. So what do we have tonight? We're going to be doing a Ezra Brooks Distiller's Collection, as you can see there, and then we're going to be doing a fresh cracking, two of their premiums that I've not had before, the other one being an allocated Old Ezra 7, along with recently acquired in the last couple weeks an Old Ezra Cask Strength store pick from Christie's here in Knoxville. So shout out to Savin Patel on that. But we'll talk a little bit about the particulars, pour them in the glass, and then I'll pause the video and we'll mix them up and do it blind. But you have the Ezra Brooks hand-picked from Extraordinary Barrels. This is the Distiller's Collection, sour mash, charcoal mellowed Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It is at 107 proof. This particular, it was hand selected by Virginia ABC. So when I went up to Virginia sometime last year, first time I'd seen one of these and picked it up. But still, see, it's still saying this. Distilled and aged in Kentucky for Lux Row Distillers. Not by, but for 107 proof. So that's the Distiller's Collection. And now, this is the same crap. So on the Old Ezra, aged 7 years, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, distilled and aged in Kentucky for Lux Row Distilleries at Bardstown, Kentucky. Barrel strength, this is 117 proof. Again, if you watch the last video or whatever, I don't get this whole thing as being distilled for Lux Row, not by them. Don't know when that is going to change, and I've heard rumors since the last did the video that it's being sourced from Heaven Hill. But yeah, leave some comments what you know about that. Is there a point to where they're going to start putting their own juice in this stuff? Because I know they're distilling up there. I don't know. But anyways, it's still distilled and aged for Lux Row. This is 117 proof, so we'll fresh crack that open and pour it in the infinity bottle, along with this special limited edition Ezra Brooks hand selected and extraordinary cask strength Nelson County, Kentucky, DSP Kentucky 20044, but it still is distilled and aged in Kentucky for Lux Row. But this is cask strength. This is a store pick from Christie's here in Knoxville, 120 proof. I don't know. So let's go ahead and pour these in the glass, and then we'll pause for a moment and then come back and mix them up and do a blind tasting on these. But there's the Distiller's collection, and then these next two are going to be fresh uncorkings. So you got the Old Ezra, aged 7 years. So cork pop, America. All right. So got that, and as always, we'll do a fresh pour into the infinity bottle here. Nice healthy 2-ounce pour. Alright, and then same thing with this newly acquired in the last couple weeks Ezra cask strength store pick. And then nice little 2-ounce pour into the infinity bottle. Alright, we got the infinity bottle stuff out of the way. We got the glasses poured. We'll take a quick pause here, and then when we come back, we'll do these blind. Alright? Be right back, Bourbon Quest. Alright, and we're back. Alright, so during that little intermission there, I was, if you watched Match Madness, I was using a so don't pay attention to what glass is near or behind which bottle, because it is irrelevant. These have been mixed up, rearranged to where I have no idea, no clue. Don't pay attention to which glass is where, because like I said, if you've watched Match Madness over the last couple months, you will know that I'm using a very high-tech, sophisticated, dangerous, proprietary, highly sophisticated, patent pending method approved by NASA, yo. That's a bunch of bullshit. Bottom line is, I don't know what glass is what, so we're just going to get into it. So, alright. Whiskey number 1. We'll definitely get that caramel, butterscotch, vanilla. Definitely tons of butterscotch on that. I will say, based on a couple days ago when I did the regular Ezra Brooks core lineup, this nose is much better than any of those three from my memory. Looks like a little darker in color as well. The nose is actually quite good. I mean, it's butterscotch, you know, Werther's original butterscotch, definitely on the nose there. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. You definitely get that butterscotch. It still tastes young, little ragged edges, but a much better flavor and mouthfeel than what I remember from the core lineup a couple days ago. You definitely get tons of butterscotch, a little bit, still tastes young and ragged edges, but the nose is good. Oh yeah, I mean it's butterscotch for sure, and you do get some caramel and vanilla, a little bit of baking spice on there, Still tastes young, in my opinion. All right. Remember, stay hydrated, my friends. All right, let's go to number 2. Number 2 that looks superior, darker, like much darker. I definitely still get that butterscotch, but more caramel and chocolate. Yeah, it's like butterscotch and caramel and chocolate, like a Carmelo bar. The nose on this is actually quite good. I think it's better than the first one. Yeah, I mean this, it definitely was on the palate. It tasted a little bit young. Do get that butterscotch. This tastes older, more robust, more rich. This is the best nose of any of the Ezra Brooks I've had up to this point. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. I'm going to say it's slightly better than the first one. It's a little bit more robust. I still get that butterscotch, but I get that caramel and chocolate, like a Carmelo bar. I mean, the palate is familiar with the nose. Again, it tastes young and ragged edges. Like it's not smooth. It's not very inviting. I mean, it's a little off-putting. I mean, the flavor is good, but it just on the front end, but in the middle and the back, you get those ragged edges, and I don't know what's going on with this brand. I'm not been a fan of anything really up to this point. I mean, these are better than the core lineup, but still, compared to a lot of other stuff on the shelf, these are inferior in my opinion. Let's go in for a second taste. Yeah, it's like a butterscotch, chocolate, caramel, Carmelo bar. And yeah, you get those flavors, but I don't know. It still tastes young and ragged edges and not really well defined. Alright, let's go to the third one. Alright. I mean, there's not much coming through on the nose on this one, really. Still some of those same notes, butterscotch, caramel, vanilla. Not as much chocolate on this one. Alright, let's go to the palate. It's the same thing. It's like, it just hits you with those ragged edges, young, unrefined. I don't know. Number 2 is probably the best one of those. I'm obviously not an Ezra Brooks fan. And, you know, and then the thing is, it's not even their stuff. It's being distilled for them. So I don't know what their thought process and game plan is around this. In my opinion, it's not a good one. Alright, let's go back and taste these two against each other because... Alright, cheers, Bourbon Quest. That's awful. That's not good. Alright, I think that's last. At least the nose is better on this. That's not good either. That's last. I think that's a slightly better. Whew. Ezra Brooks, I'm not doing you any favors because I am not a fan. And maybe it's just, I mean, I think some of it is the age, but maybe some of it too is just the yeast strain, or their blend just does not equate to my palate. And if you are a fan of these, more power to you. Tell me why. And granted, everybody's palate's different. Everybody, you know, just because I don't like it doesn't mean you shouldn't. And if you do, more power to you. But this is totally, this whole lineup has not been my jam. Alright, let's go back to at least number one. It's, I think, palatable. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. There's just something about that. It's just, it's sour, it's ragged, it's unrefined. I mean, that's still first, that's second, that's third. None of these are really good. I don't know if I'll buy. I mean, I was willing to give the 99 another chance. I don't even know if I give any of these another chance. And after that, I'm just not an Ezra Brooks fan. And maybe it's the mash bill, the yeast strain, the age. I don't know. But let's go ahead and reveal last to first. So last place, really? Sorry, Savin. Last place is the Cask strength. And maybe that's just because it's at its purest form and I'm just not a fan. Because I will say, I like 98%, I won't say 98% of the picks that Savin does at Christie's I love. And I don't think this is his fault. I think it's just the Ezra Brooks lineup, but that's not good. And I think it's maybe because it's at Cask strength, and because I don't like it, it just heightens it even more being at Cask strength. So that's not necessarily Savin's fault. It's just not my palate profile, my preference. And then you heighten it up to Cask strength, means I'm going to probably like it even less. Which typically it goes to the reverse order. So this is, listen, Christie has the best store picks around. This just isn't one of them, and it's because of Ezra Brooks. It's not because of the store or Savin. So my apologies, Savin, but it is what it is. I have to be honest and review. This is the worst of the bunch. Alright, so second to last is the Distiller's Cut, and meaning at least the best one out of them is the Old Ezra. I don't know. We might give old. I mean, I've already got 2 more bottles of it. I'm obviously not going to buy another one. I'll continue to give it another chance. I'm not buying a Distiller's Cut or a Cask strength again. We'll go ahead and give 99 another chance. If you watched the video from a couple days ago, we'll see how Old Ezra does. Maybe a little airtime will do it good. But these are just not good, bro. Alright, now that we know what they are, we'll take another little slight sip. Not much, because I'm not really a fan of any of these. Just enough to taste. I really thought, I thought it would be between Old Ezra and the Cask, but I think it's just I don't like their profile, and that being a Cask strength just exasperates it, because Savin does a great job at Christie's with store picks. I just think This is the Ezra Brooks mash bill or yeast strain or the age or whatever, just does not jam with me. The nose is decent, but we'll go back to the palate. Yeah, that's bad. I am not an Ezra Brooks fan. And I don't mean to be disparaging at all, because I definitely don't want to be disparaging to Saban and his picks, because he does an excellent, excellent job. It's just, this brand is not the one that I'm obviously not in love with it. I'm not even in like with it. This nose is not even good. Remember, stay hydrated, my friend, especially when you're drinking bad whiskey. Whew. Water tastes so much better after drinking bad whiskey, let me tell you. Alright, this is the one at least we will visit again. We'll try and pawn these off on George or something, but I mean, the nose is, it's not bad. Even the nose on this tastes young, and granted, it's supposed to be 7 years old, but I will say, I'm willing to give it some airtime and see how it opens up or whatever. I'm not buying another one of those for a while anyways, because I have two more just because they're allocated, and before I'd ever even, this is the first time I ever tried the old Ezra 7, but I knew it was allocated. I did not know that they weren't even producing their own juice. It's being distilled, I think, by Heaven Hill. It's obviously being sourced from somewhere, whether it's Heaven Hill or wherever, I don't care. Not a fan. Like, really, honestly, out of all the allocated stuff that I've gotten, this is by far the worst. Maybe Yellowstone. The Yellowstone limited edition is not really good either. But this is not, I mean, to be allocated, it's freaking garbage. I mean, I'm willing to give it a chance, but if it continues to be allocated and taste like that, I would say pass on the whole old Ezra lineup. I mean, if you're a normal person and not like a whiskey tuber like myself that has to, go through all these things and which I'm glad to do, don't get me wrong. I want to give you my opinion and my thoughts so that you can avoid these, because these are not good. They're all garbage in my opinion. I mean, I'm willing to give the old Ezra 7-year a chance and the Ezra Brooks 99 a second chance, but I think their chances are slim to none to going forward beyond that, because there are many more options that are far superior and less expensive to any of the other four are complete garbage. This is garbage. This is garbage. The 80 proof and 90 proof are garbage. I will say this is, I mean, I'm willing to give this a second chance, as well as I am the old Ezra 99. But that being said, if I'm having to make a decision between buying another one of even one of those two versus a Wild Turkey 101, an Old Forester 100 proof, I mean, there's 2 dozen equal cost or less, much better than those two, and the other 4 are garbage. So I'm just not an old Ezra fan. Sorry if you are. Hope you like it. Continue to like it. Don't worry about what I say. I'm just telling you those that are, wanting to know, should I experience this or not? No. Go find something else, because there's 3 dozen better opportunities at equal or less cost that are better than anything old Ezra has to bring. So, sorry Lexro, sorry old Ezra, that's my opinion. Bourbon Steve is not a fan of your product. Sorry to say. But, that's what you're going to get here, is my honest opinion. These are not good. And there are much better options in the bourbon and whiskey world relative to their price point. They're far superior than these. So I don't know, like I said, all these are being distilled for Lexro, not by Lexro. That kind of almost even makes it worse. Like, man, if somebody's going to distill something for you, choose something better than this, because, well, the only good thing is, I guess if people do like this, once you distill your own stuff, I hope to God it's better than any of these. Alright. I beat this horse long enough. And didn't mean to, but that's what you get here. It's my honest and open opinion. So, hey, remember, stay hydrated, my friends, especially when you're drinking bad whiskey. Hope this week is smoother than the last, and we're coming up on Easter weekend. We'll do a couple more videos on the probably this week, and then take a little trip. Stay tuned. You'll see what it is. Taking a little trip this Easter weekend. It might include a path through to Kentucky, so you might want to stay tuned. We might find something interesting. But anyways, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't done so, hey, it takes 2 seconds. Doesn't cost anything. Hit that subscribe button, and then do yourself a favor and ring that bell for notifications. That way you don't miss a single video. Smash that like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think about this. And as always, Bourbon Quest, my wish for you is that all your Bourbon Quest dreams come true. Haha, that's a wrap, yo. That stuff's horrible, bro.